Hi, happy Tuesday. Deb Pervin here, back with another Tuesday tweak. Today we're going to talk about trending. And I love this slide because it's the same colors as my business. But what do I mean by trending? Bank bailouts, Academy Awards, red carpet fashions, influencers, what everyone is talking about? No. What I want you to be talking about are the trends in your numbers. What do those look like? We are in the middle of March, and that is a perfect time. You should be receiving your year-end numbers from your accountants, and that's the time to look at the trends over the last couple of years on your business to learn what's working and maybe what's not. So what do I mean by those trends? So very first one, this is a client, and these are the last 5 years. So you can see 18 was a fairly successful year, and then 19 was the largest revenue year they ever had. And then 20, obviously the pandemic, and 21 was also pandemic because this company is located in an area that did not come out of the pandemic quickly. So they really suffered through 20 and 21, and then 22, the year we just finished, was very strong. So one, we look at those growth rates and we see if they do what we expect them to do. And then we look at total revenue. So you can see total revenue went from 2,200,000 down to 1,500,000, stayed flat, and then went back up to 2,100,000 in 22. A good story, one that we understand given the pandemic. Second thing is you start looking at those margins. These are the gross margins. Relatively stable given the huge influx and fluctuation in their revenue. So they were pretty good about keeping their margins current. Finally, we look down at operating profit. And even though revenue was greater in 19, you can see that their margins, operating margins in 22 were higher, and their actual profitability in 22 was higher than 19. So this company is doing a lot of things correctly. Now, what about yours? Have you looked at these margins? Have you compared? Can you tell yourself the story that explains what's going on? Or are there anomalies? Things you need to research to find out. And then finally, this would be an anomaly. This is below the operating profit line, and these are the funds that the company received from government bailouts during the crisis. You can see they were helpful in gaining a good net income because the company managed excellently during this time frame. So trends to watch: growth rates, your margins, gross, operating, and net profit margins, profitability always, not just the margins, but the actual dollars. As you saw in my example, revenue wasn't as high, but the bottom line profit was even better in 22. So dollars matter. And then any material changes, anything that looks weird, any anomalies that you need to look at and research. And finally, any surprises. Did you do better than you thought? Were your margins improving? Or maybe you need to think about why not and make some changes. That's it for today. I hope your trends are all trending in the right direction, and I will see you next week.